Welcome. My name is Rick de Ruiter. I'm the coordinator of the International and European Governance track within the Master Public Administration. And I'm also Associate Professor in the Institute of Public Administration. And I will tell you something about the content of this track, International and European Governance.
My name is Manuel Galdames. I'm enrolled in the IAG track, and I will give you a student perspective on why you should choose this track in the Master of Public Administration at Leiden University.
But let's first start with the content of the master track. In our International and European Governance track, we have a particular way of looking at public administration, which is different from other universities in the Netherlands, but also abroad. What we try to do is really understand today's societal challenges. And there are many challenges. Of course, we have geopolitical tensions, we have climate change, there is the refugee crisis, the financial crisis, the COVID-19 crisis, and we try to understand these societal challenges. We try to think about solutions, but also how people define it as a problem. And we do this with the help of scholars that already looked at these challenges, wrote articles and books about it, so we try to stand on the shoulders of these academics and not reinvent the wheel. And we do this by not only looking at states, but we look beyond borders. We look at nation states, but also international organizations. We look at the effect of globalization, but we also look at local institutions. So we have a very strong multi-level governance perspective on these societal challenges. And as I said, we look at scholarly literature, but we do not forget practice. We also look at experiences of practitioners. We try to include practice as much as possible because we can, of course, learn a lot from the academic literature, but solutions also need to be implemented in practice. So we also always need to have an eye for practice. And in the end, our students are effective leaders in public organizations, semi-public organizations, private organizations, and are able to address new societal challenges with a number of skills that they need in their jobs. I already mentioned the importance of societal challenges in our track International European Governance. Now, one of these societal challenges is climate change. We have the energy transition, but also sustainable farming, and these problems, these societal challenges, we need to analyze. First of all, is it a problem? So many scholars view climate change as a really big problem, but policymakers and politicians have different views about this, whether and to what extent it is really a problem. So we have so-called wicked problem to analyze. We can think about solutions, and we need to understand the problem of climate change and what kind of challenges it poses for policymakers from different academic disciplines. For example, international relations, comparative politics, sociology, and we have to have a focus on various levels. So not only look at the global level, but also in nation states, non-state actors such as environmental organizations, but also the implementation of solutions at the local level. Now on this slide you see an overview of the specialization courses in the International and European Governance track. Climate change, the issue that I just discussed, also figures in several of these courses, for example in the course Global Challenges and Public Policies. Now together with the Architectures course, we use these courses to show you what the political administrative context is. Now these courses use a variety of disciplines to understand this context. So we use insights from classical public administration, but also from international relations, from comparative politics, sociology, and also social psychology. And this is also the case in other specialization courses, such as decision-making in multi-level governance systems. And this course, together with management in international administrations, really looks at the organizational dimension of international and European governance. So we look inside organizations, how people come to decisions. And in the course Decision-making in Multi-Level Governance Systems, we also really look at what individual decision makers do and how they are influenced, and sometimes that they do not really come up with rational decisions. And we use all kinds of insights from social psychology to understand how people individuals, but also people in groups come to decisions and come to political decisions that have consequences for the society at large. Here you see an overview of the various courses. Now in orange you see the courses that I just talked about, these specialization courses, specific for the track International and European Governance. And in blue you see here the core courses in public administration, which give you a solid advanced knowledge on public administration. And these courses are shared with the students in the other tracks that we have in the Master Public Administration. You also see that we prepare you for writing your thesis in the course Research Design. Now here you see an overview of the program for the September intake, but we have 2 enrollment moments, also one in February, and the courses stay the same, but the sequence of courses changes between the 2 enrollment moments.
So why did I choose the IEG track? Well, the sheer diversity of theory and cases that we've looked into has been really exciting. And this is because despite this sheer diversity, it is still very much a tight program. I personally was looking for a master's that I could pick up running and jump back into the labor market with a comprehensive look into international governance. And this is because the track is very theory rich. Now we've learned about, for instance, the theories of institutions, how global challenges are shared amongst policy proposals among states, the gender views and influence thereof in international relations, just to name a few. And the important thing here is that it's not just theory, so instructors look for different and creative ways to apply the theory, and for that reason we've conducted parliamentary debates, we've pitched policy proposals, we've recorded podcasts, just to name a few of these ways to apply the theory. But what I really like the most about the track is the subject matter. It's dedicated to the challenges and crises of today. And given the challenges that Europe is facing now in terms of enlargement, domestic politics, and even war, I really don't think there's a better way to really get into international governance. Now, in which sectors do the alumni of the IEG track find jobs? Well, the good thing is that the content of this program is very highly demanded by different avenues in the labor market. And a thing of note here is that half of the students actually find their first relevant job within 3 months, and 70% do so within 6 months. So it's very demanded by the labor market in different avenues. If you would like to have more information, for example, about the admission to the program, you can always visit the university's website or email the student ambassador or study advice with specific questions. We're also organizing live Q&A sessions throughout the year, and there are also opportunities to join the master student for a day program.
Good luck with the choice for a master program. We hope to welcome you in the future in our master program on International European Governance at Leiden University in The Hague.